episode 2 of the Coaches Show. Blake Lalli with me once again. Thanks for doing this again.
Yeah, it's fun to check in once a week, I guess.
Absolutely. All right, so first time we talked, you guys were 4 games below 500, now up to 500, fourth in the PCL. Adjustments.
Pretty much. I mean, same team, same guys. A little bit more success on the mound. Have got quality start after quality start, and then the bullpen's been good. We had that road series in Salt Lake where it was just unbelievable what the rotation and the bullpen did, and kind of ran through that series and controlled the whole thing. So, I think as good as they were in Salt Lake, I think is to continue that is maybe a little bit unexpected, but around there, that's what they're capable of. And if those guys put up, close to those type of numbers, we're going to be in really, really good shape.
I was going to say, what is that next step that the pitching staff can take? Because it seems like Salt Lake, they were at their best. What is that next step that the starters and bullpen can take?
Yeah, I just think, the starters understanding that those starts that they had, going deep into games, giving us a chance to win. When a starter takes them out, their goal should be giving us a chance to win and putting themselves in position to win as well. So I think, and then we start to solidify that bullpen and get guys in there for 3 innings a game and 4 innings a game, and we're in really good shape.
I want to take it back a couple of years. You managed this team in 2021 and had a ton of success, 69 wins. You know what this team did last year, the PCL championship. What is it about the culture that continues to show success here?
Well, number one, the guys want to win.
Yeah.
The coaching staff wants to win. I mean, at the end of the night, when you get to shake hands after a win, it feels better. And I think it's one of those things where winning is one of those things where once you experience it and you stand at the top, that the inner self in you doesn't want to accept anything less. So I think the guys that were here last year, the guys the year before, with me, we had a nice year. I think even throughout the minor leagues, whether they won in A-ball or Double-A, once you experience it, there's nothing else to settle for. So I feel like they have their own expectations to back it up.
Let's take it back to pitching. Brandon Pfaadt, obviously, super impressive. The 7-inning performance in Salt Lake. What has impressed you the most about him?
Everything everyone said. I've said it before, but he's a true ace of the staff. He takes the ball and goes right at the other team with really good stuff, and he definitely gives you a chance to win every single time he steps on the mound. It's a really good feeling to have.
Bryce Jarvis just made his first start in AAA. That's a lot of pressure for a guy like that. What's that message right before he takes the mound to him from your guys, from your staff, from you?
Just be yourself. Be yourself. He his last start in Double-A was really, really impressive as well, and our job's to keep him on that track. And it's same game, different place, different level, but it's the same game. So I think trusting himself, trusting his stuff, and he had a really nice start for us. He really did.
Let's move it over offensively. I mean, obviously one of the best teams in the PCL, leading in a ton of categories. Phillip Evans, one guy who's been unreal. I mean, I think he's hitting 500 over his last 50 or so at bats. We've talked about his approach several times, and all these guys' approach. But what has impressed you the most about this offense?
They don't come off of what they do well. They have a really good feel of what they're good at up there, and they don't come off of it. And when the opposing team pitcher misses in their spot, they get hits, and they don't leave their spot. I mean, they really do. I wouldn't say we have like the most power in the world or anything like that, but especially those top 6 in the lineup, they just really, really grind on the opposing pitcher. I mean, there's no easy outs. If you don't throw it in the zone, they're going to take their walks, and you're going to have to throw it in the zone to the next guy, and he may get you. It's a really it's actually a team effort on offense. There's not just a couple guys that are standing out. So it's a full lineup full of good at bats, and it showed so far.
Again, some recognition. Yeah, Emmanuel Rivera gets the call up. He's been great. Haven Smith up with the D-backs have been, he's been maybe one of their better hitters since the beginning of April. So to see guys like Emmanuel Rivera, Haven Smith go up there, have success, how does that kind of reassure you and your staff?
Just, we number one, it makes us happy.
Yeah.
Because our goal was, when those guys come to us, is to, continue to make them improve and get them better and get them maybe back to where they are. And that's what we do our best to do every day. And, they show it here, and then when they get the call and they go up there and show it, it's rewarding for them. And that's our job.
Yeah, we mentioned it a ton. There's so many guys who can't compete at that level here in AAA. Jake McCarthy comes back down to work on some things. What is your main goal working with him for as long as he's here?
Listen, this guy is a really, really, really good player, and he's a really good major leaguer. And he's a guy that last year in the major leagues and the second half of the year, that team relied on heavily, and a lot of those wins, that good second half they had, were because of him. So my goal is to get him back to that as soon as possible, and I think it's just gonna be another case of him going back up and being a big contributor in Arizona.
All right, 2-week homestand with two teams from Texas, Sugar Land and Round Rock, come to town. What's your off day look like? We had an off day on Monday. We'll have another one this coming Monday. What do you like to do here in Reno?
Honestly, I like to just kind of hang out and actually soak in the off days. I like to relax the house and just get kind of recovered. The off days are short, and we travel on a lot of them. When you travel, it doesn't really feel like an off day, but in between two homestands, I think I'll figure out something really good for this one.
I was gonna say, a lot of the answers would usually be golf from a lot of your guys.
Yeah,
you're not a.
No, I do. I love the golf.
Yeah,
I do. Absolutely love the golf. This off day is a good one because, like I said, we're not traveling.
Yeah,
it makes it hard when we travel on the off day.
Yeah.
Your whole day is kind of like, we still got to get to the airport by this time. But no, I love golf. Maybe.
You don't ski, do you?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Well, these guys can't ski, so you can stab and see with it. They can't, right? Is that not allowed, or is that?
Yeah, I wouldn't. Right? I wouldn't recommend any of those guys skiing. I took like a 20-year break, so
yeah, that's a trick.
Yeah.
All right, there you go, Blake Lalli for your coach. So thanks for doing this.
Thanks.